A new poll takes a closer look at the race for governor and how Texans feel about the state of Texas. The Texas Lyceum poll released last Friday shows Democratic challenger Beto O'Rourke is closing the gap on Governor Greg Abbott. The poll has Abbott at 42% and O'Rourke is only 2 points back at 40%. 7% of Texas voters said someone else and 4% don't know. Now, when Texans were asked what they think are the most important issues facing the state today, 14% said border security. Coming in second, inflation and rising prices. Political corruption and leadership came in third. Energy and gas prices came in fourth. And at number 5, the economy. Ed, let's start with the race for governor. Abbott's lead on O'Rourke was at double digits about 6 months ago. Why do you think he is gaining on Governor Abbott?
Why do I think Beto is gaining on Governor Abbott? Well, I think right now he's at about 40%, which is where Democrats generally are at this point in the election cycle and many times at the end of the election cycle. The key here is that Abbott's numbers are coming down. He's at 42%. And that's not unusual for what we have seen in polling over the past few years, but it is unusual in this head-to-head matchup. Now, Abbott led by 15 points in December, but then he dropped to 10.2 points today. I think that people are frustrated with the leadership. I think they don't see an answer to their problems. Economic insecurity and housing are two of the biggest issues happening right now, and the state doesn't have an answer for it.
Ed, in the Lyceum poll, Texans listed border security and the economy as some of their biggest concerns. How do you think that Democrats in the state will fare with the Democrat in the White House? How are they doing on those issues?
Well, you have to keep in mind that the Democrat has only been in the White House for just over a year. Abbott has been in office for close to a decade. And if the problems are here at Texas, they're happening on his watch. And that's why I think it's a fair game when you're talking about economic insecurity and the rising price of housing in this state and the low inventory and the high property taxes. Those school district taxes, they go to the state. And is the state putting them back into the schools in an equitable way that people feel it? I don't think they are, and that's a real problem right now, and it's something that needs to be addressed. We can talk about guns and abortion all we want. It's not going to change the price of your property taxes, and we're not getting any answers from Republican leadership on that. I think that's what's happening here, and I think that the edge goes to Beto right now.